I just feel like we did a really good job offensive rebounding. Felt like our rebounding today was big for us to get the W. So we was just out there having fun, playing with a lot of energy.
Yeah, Obi, specifically for you on the offensive rebounding, I think you had four of them, and you had that big, very long, technically a putback that took about 15 seconds. You dribbled all around the
Oh yeah, facts. Good talk.
What was working so well for you on the offensive boards and working for you in your decision-making process after?
I mean, I just felt like I was a lot more physical today on the glass. So basically knew what I had to do coming into the game to get the win. So.
Obi, they came out and took the lead in the third quarter. What'd you see in what they did to start the third, and what'd you guys do to regain the game?
Felt like they came out with a lot of energy. We didn't really have the energy we needed to keep the lead that we had. But I felt like later in that quarter we found our we found basically what we had to do to get the lead back and keep that lead. So.
All right, thanks, Obi.
Jalen, just can you talk about they give that run and take the lead after you guys were up 15 early? Just kind of what turned there for you guys fourth quarter?
I've been saying this since the end of the season. They're a great team. They've shown that all year. They're gonna fight. They just came back with a vengeance and started the third quarter. And once they took that lead, and we kind of looked around together and said, we just gotta calm ourselves and just get this under control and stick together. But man, they're a great team, and they just keep fighting, and then they kept putting us on our heels.
Jalen, I think this is the first time you guys have shared the starting lineup since Villanova. What is it like to be part of big wins together? I'm sure you obviously have been through so much, but what was it like to kind of be back in the starting lineup with him and to see Josh play so well on the stage?
Yeah, last time we were in a lineup together, it was a Wisconsin game.
That was a big memory.
Don't look at me.
Yeah.
Don't look at me.
Mm-hmm. It's like fairy tale stuff. Like being with him, a guy who we watched him work from day one, and then to see where he is now, and then to be on the same team again, and it's pretty awesome. But we're focused on the task at hand.
Jalen, on the lighter side, Josh brings a lot to the team, but they caught him singing today. How do you evaluate his singing? And Josh, do you sing often on the sideline?
It was bad.
Singing what?
It was bad. Don't stop believing. It was bad. It was bad. I can't sing.
Yeah.
I really wish I could. Honestly, if I could sing, I said it before. If I could sing, I probably wouldn't play basketball. At that point, the vocals were terrible. I was shooting the ball really bad. My field goal looked like a tour date. So I should have just, I don't know. It was bad. That's all I can say.
Question for you both here. You each had 2 offensive rebounds. Maybe not the best singers, but good offensive rebounders today. What was that like for the team, being so locked in? You guys out-rebounded them by a ton.
We know that's something that this team's been good at for the whole year. And we know getting some of those extra possessions, especially late in games, they're huge. So we want to continue to be physical, to crash the glass. I think that's probably 2 offensive rebounds for JB is probably his career high. So hopefully he can break that again and do a little bit more. But, it's just huge in terms of getting second chance points.
Jalen and Josh, what's your message to the rest of your teammates in terms of being so close to moving on, but focusing on the task at hand?
Exactly that. It's not over. Not even close to being over. We gotta continue to just keep focusing on one day at a time. And there's nothing to celebrate. There's nothing to be truly happy about. So obviously, we won tonight. We're one step closer, but we got to continue to have that same mindset mentality and that we have over the past couple of games.
Yeah, the same. Just echoing the same thing with him. With 3-1, it's best of a 7 series. We still got another game. This is a tough opponent, and we saw in game 2 when we don't bring it, how good they can be. And we're going into their home now, so they're going to be ready. Obviously the crowd is going to be crazy, the atmosphere is going to be wild, but we just got to focus on getting better as a team and having attention to detail and focused on the task at hand.
Jalen, to follow up what you were just talking about, what do you think the biggest key will be to closing things out in Game 5?
To not thinking about closing it out. Don't think about closing it out at all. Just think of it like, hey, we're going to a hostile environment, and they're going to play desperate, and we just got to be able to bring it. And we got to focus on one possession, one quarter at a time, and just keep building off that, and then just keep fighting, and we'll go from there.
Guys, you get the start and the assignment of trying to contain Donovan. 5 for 18, I think 11 points, 2 in the fourth quarter. Just kind of the job you and the team did on him.
Yeah, I mean, it's a full team effort. I think the biggest thing with us, we want to make it tough for him. We want to make him see bodies, close driving lanes, and force him into taking, tough twos and step back threes and stuff like that. And we know he's capable of making those shots. He's shown it in his 6 years in the league that he can make big shots, make tough shots. But that's what we have to do. And teammates had it back. When he blew by me, he was able, they were able to challenge at the rim and just make it difficult for him. And we know, he's not always going to shoot, 5 for 18 or whatever it was. So we just got to make sure we're ready, especially, Game 5 for an aggressive down.
Jalen, how much, I know you obviously know Josh so well, but is there any party that's a little surprised at just how well he's kind of fit and taken this team 20-9 since his arrival?
No. He's been a person that has adapted to every situation that he's been a part of, and he's made it work. And he understands what's needed of him, and what he needs to do out there. And he does it, and he does more. And that's just how he's been, and it's how he's been raised. He's always been raised to always just be that type of guy. He's that guy on and off the floor. And so, nothing but great things I can say about him.
Jalen, this is kind of your first. You've had moments like when Luka was out, but it's really the first playoff series where you've been the main guy in offense for an entire series. I'm curious what your approach has been through the series. And Josh, because I know Jalen's probably can deflect a little bit. So what have you seen from him in terms of being in that role?
I approach every single game, series, anything basketball related. I approach the same, no matter what the role is. Roles can change, but your mentality stays the same. And I just try and keep that as constant as possible.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I could tell you something different, but that's JB. If you know him, he has that mentality every time he steps on the court, and I think that is what makes him a great player. Is because it doesn't matter if he's going to shoot 2-3 shots or he's going to shoot 20 shots. He's going to have that mentality. He's going to make his teammates better. He's going to control the game. And he's going to do whatever it takes to win. And like you said, his role, might change, but his mentality never does.
For both of you guys, I know Julius obviously had a little bit of a hard time shooting the ball today, but just wondering, obviously coming back from the ankle injury, what you guys are seeing from him, like what he's providing in the minutes he's able to give, and then attached to that, Obi in the fourth quarter being able to sort of step up into those minutes. What did you see from him today?
Yeah, but Drew has been a leader since the day I came here. What he's able to do while he's either on or off the floor has been incredible. He's been special. All he wants to do is win, and when he has that mindset, it's very contagious. And so he's been a leader, and we always got his back, and he wants nothing else but to win.
RJ, just your game, back-to-back games, but that fourth quarter, you scored 5 in a row when it was tied. How big of a kind of stretch was that, do you think, when you look at today's game?
I think, the fourth quarter was huge. I mean, they had a good run to start the third. They played a really good third quarter. And Jalen hit a huge shot at the end of the third to put us up. So that was big. And then just, fourth quarter, just staying tough. Every time they threw a punch, kind of threw some back.
Mitch, there was a lot of talk before the series about their two bigs, and you and Isaiah seem to have answered that. Just kind of what you've seen on the boards, what you guys have done to dominate the glass.
We just playing hard, so they got 2 7-footers out there, so we just take a little more extra effort, and we got the job done.
RJ, you were really in full-on attack mode at the rim from the start, like even with that dunk that you got the foul on. What were you seeing that inspired that? And also in the fourth quarter when you and Jalen were just going pick and roll every single time, what were those reads like for you? Why did you find that to be so successful?
I think a lot of times they were doubling Jalen, so I was able to kind of get the ball and kind of make a play. And then there was like the drive, for the dunk or just a couple layups that I had. I mean, he's in the middle of the paint, and I don't know if y'all saw, like, he seals them off for a sec, so I got an extra second to go. But, it was a total team effort.
RJ, I was just wondering, it's been a while since the Garden was full for playoffs, and I just wonder what this weekend's been like here in the crowd, seeing the energy that you're getting from the crowd.
Yeah, it's been amazing. It's been helping. It's been helping a lot, especially just like when we're going on those runs. It helps us even more. The crowd, they just help us get back into the game. They really threw a crazy punch there in the third. So, the fans and just everybody's been helping a lot.
RJ, you scored 9 points, bridging the end of the third to early in the fourth. Did you feel at that point you wanted to take the ball game into your own hands?
Nah, I just wanted to continue to make the right play, make the right reads, and just do whatever to help the team win.
The first play of the game was for you to get downhill. I wonder if, having the first play of the game drawn up for you to get driving, does that sort of, motivate you or click in your brain, all right, I'm getting downhill today, or this is how we want to play? It happens sometimes. Sometimes you don't get to play. Sometimes you do. It just depends on the game. Tonight I was able to get it, do something with it. And then just kind of set the tone, I guess, for the rest of the game. And we were all in attack mode, so it was a lot of fun.
Okay, Mitch, in the first half, they were running a lot of pick and roll with Mobley setting the screen, allowed you to kind of hang back and protect the rim, wall that off from them. They switched it up the start of the third, a lot more Allen. You had to play up. How does that sort of change what your responsibilities are, and how have you sort of met the challenge of dealing with them in the pick and roll in the series?
They got to be at the touch. Once, if I'm up there, 9 times it's going to be Mitchell or Garland coming off. They can shoot threes. So if I'm up the touch, that's basically what it is. Just being there, being a help, and getting the job done.
RJ, you said yesterday the team that plays harder is going to win this. Did you guys seem like you guys have done that the last 2 games?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think we're playing extremely hard, making hustle plays. Mitch is getting 5 offensive rebounds. Hart got some offensive rebounds. You know what I mean? Just the whole team, all the hustle plays we're making, we're really together collectively right now.
Mitch, is playoff Mitch a thing? Do you feel more geared in right now defensively?
No. Playoff Mitch is not a thing. It's just still Mitch. Good job.